Whoa, there's a bunch of people on here already. What's up, y'all? Corey was first tonight. What's up, Plebius? Get your email? I believe so. I just didn't get to look at it in detail. I'll look at it a little bit later. Stumbling through my words tonight. What's up? What's up, Ben? All right. Get my glove here. Which glove am I using? This one? I think. Nope, that's the wrong one. Where's my other glove? Is it under me? Where's it at? Where's my glove? Where's my glove at? Where's my glove? Where did I put it? I know it's here from somewhere. Is it up yonder? It's gotta be up yonder, right? Where did I put my glove at, guys? Can't do much of nothing without a glove. Oh, it's way over yonder. Why is it way over yonder? Hold on now. Steve up. All right, live long and prosper indeed. Nice rock. What are we working with? Working with some Florida coral. And try to finish this one tonight if I can. Oh yeah. Thinning the base down. That was a good strike. Yeah, what y'all up to today? A little chilly. Oh yeah, a little chilly. Just casually sitting on pebbles. I'm used to it. I'm used to it. So it's not too big of a deal. Not too big of a deal. All right. Jacksonville. Okay, okay. Yeah. I've only been to Jacksonville a couple times. I don't know if there's any church or material there. There may be. I don't know. But very cool. Try to keep this piece kind of wide. It's not the glassiest piece of coral at all, but it naps. Well, this part's pretty tough. What in the world? Mike Mason made it. What's up, Mike? Corbin? Derek, the pad is just typical leather. Just your normal old leather. Whew, that's a thicker area there. Gotta hope I don't shear anything here. Yeah, just some typical leather. You can get them from Flintnapping supply websites. Easy peasy. Made a be struggling. All right. Now, if y'all see anybody in the chat named Kathy, wish her happy birthday. It's probably my mom. But she may not be watching right now. But she has the past couple live streams. Alrighty. Biloxi here? Alright. We're in the Gulf Coast. I'm in Alabama. Alabama. Socks and flip-flops, bro. Yes, really. What you mean? Yes. Absolutely, yes. What's wrong with that? You got an issue? You got an issue, you can just mosey along. You don't hurt nobody. Your comment actually helps the YouTube algorithm, so I appreciate that. Tennessee here, all right. Doesn't crush, that's right. Brother, all right, thanks, Ben. What type of material? It's coral, dull the edge. Why? Because if you want to take a flake like that, you gotta have a really stout platform to so that the force can shoot in. If this is all crumbly, a flake won't peel off. You could have the nicest looking platform, but if it's not stout or dull, it'll just crush like these. And it won't really drive a nice long flake. You want to be able to send the force into the stone. And a braiding allows you to dull the edge so that it's not sharp, so that it doesn't crush, and so that when you hit it, it's a very solid connection. And when you hit it, because it's so stout, I mean, it shoots the force across, and you're able to get a good flake usually if you set it up right. Like that was set up really well, and ended up being a really nice flake for us. Rocks with socks. Hey, well, I guess I'm in the same boat as him. No worries, man. It's just simple. I don't like the flakes getting in my shoes, you know? So this is easier. But it's cold, so I didn't want to wear normal stuff. What's up, Jared? Anyways, anybody named Kathy comment yet? Nope, not yet. I guess she ain't here. Well, tough doings. That's tough stuff right there. There we go. That one shot over halfway across. That's what you want. Slip-on Vans. Hey, there's not a problem with that. Honestly, you know, just some cheap old shoes would probably work. Some slide-on shoes that cover you. Vans are probably a pretty good option. They may be the best option for Flintnapping. They're not like, you know, $100 shoes where you're worried about flakes and dust and whatever. But you get protection. So yeah, that's honestly a good suggestion. I appreciate you mentioning that. I may look into that. I don't think I can rock them very well though. My style is very minimal and traditional. I wear blue jeans and I wear gym shorts. That's about it. And I wear flip-flops. And I have some running shoes. Vans are a little too modern for me and my liking. But I mean, I bet you they do good for Flintnapping. You know, I'm always looking for the best stuff for Flintnapping, right? So that really is a good suggestion. What's up? You were here yesterday? All right. Well, welcome back. I'm missing some comments here. But tool in the right hand. This is called a copper bopper. A copper bopper. Give you one guess what it's made out of. It's made of copper. And copper tends to bite the material a little better. Steel likes to just kind of bounce off. But copper tends to get a better grip. You know, when you're talking about wrenches, you know, what gets the better grip? Or when you're talking about gloves, what gets the better grip? Well, copper gets the better grip in terms of material. And anyways, does a really good job. Now, because it gets a better grip, a better bite, it naturally degrades faster the more you Flintnap. Just like using antler would degrade quicker than copper, copper would degrade quicker than steel. Because one is more hard and naturally dense and can take more of a beating. There we are. Pretty solid little flake there. But copper is what I use most of the time for bopping. When it comes to pressure flaking, I like to use steel mostly. I'll use some copper from time to time, but generally steel. Like this little thingamabobber here is steel because I don't want it to have to keep abrading it time and time again. I just want to be able to peel something out and be done. Good question. Thought it was deer antler. You can use deer antler. Copper. It's a copper cap is what it's called. You can buy smaller ones at your local hardware store. To buy a little bit bigger ones, you'll want to go online to Amazon, and other places sell just the copper caps, and you could fit them on a handle. But I'm waiting for Mr. Mike Tufts to get here, because I got some of his boppers I'm gonna try out in a little bit. He might not come tonight. That's okay, we'll wait on him. As long as it takes, as long as it takes. Stone knife. I've made me quite a few, and it's kind of what we're going for here. Let's see if I can't get us a gouge out here. Yeah, perfect. It did? All right, yeah, mine did too. Tried them out yet, Tommy? Learn this craft by watching this channel. If you have any questions, either I or anybody in the comment section can help you out. If you'd like to learn, it's not something you have to buy a $500 course to figure it out. It's just something you could start really with stuff in your own driveway. That's kind of how I started. Then I found out, hey, are there any local materials that Native Americans used to use, like near my house, that maybe I could find? And that's how I got interested in it. Honestly, I wouldn't be as interested in this hobby I wouldn't be in this hobby at all unless I got interested in finding local arrowheads near me and finding the material near me, having buddies who are interested in the hobby that are near me. I would not be in this hobby. So those are some suggestions. Just watch Flintnapping channels like this. You have questions, let us know. If you're looking for tools, I don't sell any, I don't make any, but I know plenty of people who do. We can put you in touch with. And anyways, the purpose of my channel is not to necessarily teach or instruct or help at all, really, in that matter. Really, the point of the channel is I just enjoy flintnapping. And I thought, well, why not share this with other people who like flintnapping? And so now, my love for flintnapping has remained the same. But now why I do this is because I know I can make good material. I know I get good advice from people in the comments. And there's a whole community of people who do it. And so that entices me to keep posting videos and live streams, to know that, people appreciate the work that I do. But also I can learn from other people and along the way teach and inspire, you know, folks who have no idea what this thing is to figure out, oh wow, there was an ancient way of making tools and blades, and it's actually a pretty cool little hobby. So my purpose is kind of morphed, but oh yeah, looky there. I set that one up perfectly. Please remove your sock. I have in many videos. Not removed it, but it's been off. So if you want to see those, you can go back to old videos. I'm not going to do it live. If you're that intrigued. I feel like I should be getting money for that. Take my sandals off, $10. That's such an odd thing. But y'all know the stereotype, obviously, that I'm referencing. Whew. That was a doozy. I really needed that one to work. And luckily it did. It did. It did it. Problem is, like, the best platform is one that's like super cattywampus. And it's like the only platform I really want to take. And this one already caused a seam. So this is a tough area to be in here. A really tough area to be in. Because I gotta smack this one, but I think this is gonna break. Ooh, we got lucky. And I supported like that thing like my life depended on it, so there's that. That was something right there. I think we're getting this one pretty thin, folks. I about need to switch my tactics up. Oh, sorry. I wasn't calling my dog. He looked at me weird. Keep whistling. But whistling is a good thing. Only issue I have is like right in through here. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna deal with that. The first way to deal with it is to try to force it off. Now the backing on this one broke. I can't wait for Mike Tuff to get here to open up that package for y'all. Let me go steel here. Where's my steel one? It is nowhere to be seen. My steel one's nowhere to be seen. Oh no. Well, we'll keep bopping instead. It'll be, actually no. Let me find this. This one broke. Look at that. Ain't that crazy? Oh, here it is. I found it. All right, we're solid. I thought I could like press some of this off maybe. If not, I can push. This is gonna be. No way. I thought it was gonna overshoot and it didn't. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Look at this, look at this, look at this. You ready? You ready? How awesome is that? Dude, what a tool. Dude, this Nacho-Matic is invaluable. I cut the spring so it's not so crazy. Or, well, so it's crazier actually. I wanted it to do more damage. And that helped out. I mean, goodness, that's about perfect what I was looking for. Now I gotta be extra careful because it's rather thin in through there. I gotta be super careful. Raise this up a little more. This is gonna be a wide point. Do I have? Yeah, I do. Y'all are gonna want to see this here. 3 1/4. All right, so we're pretty wide. We'll lose a little bit of the width. Hopefully not a ton. Man, what a big old coral blade. Piece of coral, that one ran to there. Piece of coral that was out in the ocean and that over a period of time just hardened into a rock like petrified wood does. And then here come the old natives. And they make arrowheads out of them. Now flint and chert is found all across the world. You read of it in the Bible for the sake of circumcision, for stone knives, for points, for atlatls, and goodness, you name it. Blades, spears, scrapers, drills. Of course, right now we're making a big blade. Who's being, well, I don't know. I don't know, is it you? Are you in trouble? Is there something you aren't telling us? I remember that Dumbledore scene in Harry Potter. Is there something you wish to tell me? No, sir. Who remembers the movie? You get 6 answers. Is there something you wish to tell me? The hint is he said it to a couple people. Yeah, blink 3 times if you need help. I accidentally just put a little hinge in here. I gotta fix it now. This guy sucks at this. LMAO. Says a person who's never picked up a rock in their life. Get a life. Get a life. I would suggest to you that I'm having more fun than commenting on somebody's page at whatever time of day it is and then just staying on that page hating. I'll take it. All the more comments just means more viewers, man. I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you. Just comment. Oh, I got you. Our mods are awesome. That's why I got a gift on the way for our mods and a few special folks because of all the work they do. So who's gonna win this Bama Georgia game coming up? Anybody looking at the stats? I'm trying to figure it out. Serious question. Where did you get the gloves? That is a good question. I've gone through a ton of gloves and oh, that was so perfect. I had a fat hinge here and this one wrapped around it. Perfect. I've been on the hunt to find the best gloves. I don't think these are perfect. Some of the stitching there is starting to peel off, but these are Trademaster gloves from Home Depot. See, I've used these for a few weeks. They've done better than other ones. I'll give them that. I don't think they're perfect though. Don't think they're perfect, but Trademaster from Home Depot so far have been my favorite. If you're looking for a good pair of just cold winter napping gloves, or if you're looking for percussion gloves, man, this little Notch-O-Matic is saving my life here. Absolutely saving my life. I tried the Lowe's brand. I think this is the mechanics wear. I think that's Harbor Freight, or one of Harbor Freight's that they sell. This could be bad. Got around the hinge, I'll take it. Tried Lowe's, I've tried normal leather gloves. They just all kind of fail eventually. And these seem to do the same, but they're the best I've seen so far. Bama or Georgia, what'd you say? Bama's Texas sliding that 3 spot for the con. Are they that high, Texas Tech? Georgia last week looked neither one. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm a Roll Tide fan. Sip of Diet Mountain Dew, then we're gonna finish this thing. This is a show enough humdinger. Look how translucent it is. Well, not as much as I thought, but it's coming together. Let's see our thinness. I just mentioned the name Georgia and we lose 1,000 viewers. I tell you. It's just a bad thing to be a Georgia fan. I don't know. I tell you. mean, honestly, we're about at the point of pressure flaking. That's how close we are to being done with percussion. It's looking really nice. Flakes are coming off well. Shape is squaring up. And it's just a piece of coral, piece of rock. But it's doing well for me so far. Don't think I have to do much along the base. I think the thickness is fine. But I'm gonna tidy it up here, I reckon. There's one little flake. It shouldn't do anything too crazy, but yeah, I just wanted to peter out a little bit. Okay. For sake of shape, I need to draw this edge in. Okay. And now for the first time, I may see about thinning this tip, or thinning the base down. Take my file. And y'all need to tell me when Mike Tufts joins the chat. Because I need to do something different when he gets here. Or if you have his number, tell him to join the chat. Because this pressure flaker is getting on my nerves. And I got a new one and I want to use it. But I need to wait for him. Alrighty. Hopefully y'all can see that. Thing is breaking on me. All right, so we thin this side out. Now I'm gonna take my braider. Strike down like that. And now I can go back through, do the same thing on the other side. Getting rid of this thick area. You don't want a big caboose on the back of your point. You want something nice and streamlined. That's the nicest way I can find to say it. I'm actually gonna isolate a platform here, I think. Let me start back here. Mosey my way up. Oopsie daisies. And here. And let me see if I can't do a little bopper action here. This is not advised, but we caught some of it there. Let me isolate a little more. That one ran off okay. Could have been better. All right. This could be bad. Or it could be exactly what we're looking for. Let's go. That's sweet. Yeah, like he said, double tap to live. Thanks for everybody who's joining. We're almost done. We really, really are. I'm not just saying that. Especially with a bopping area. I mean, we've got this thing plenty thin enough. And now it's just a matter of making it look nice, like a nice blade. Get my symmetry round out. And what's going on? We're making a big coral blade out of Florida coral. I gotta take my jacket off. Whew. It's getting toasty. But that's a good sign. All right, so what do we got? We've got a broken pressure pad I gotta glue back together. Or it won't. I've got this mammer jammer. Do I want to keep thinning it down? A part of me wants to, honestly. I feel like I shouldn't though. Now the big question is, what do I make from this? From something this wide. Symmetry looks to be fairly solid. I won't have to fix it very much. What is it that I make? Y'all got any suggestions? In the comment section? What kind of point style can I make? What you think? Oh, I needed that one. That was good. Didn't do everything that I wanted it to. That one basically did there. I'll take it. Obviously, a clay point's on the table, but clay points take a lot of time. This is way too wide for a Noonan, in my opinion. Too wide for a Kirk corner ox. It's got levy vibes. Part of me's thinking levy. Or Seminole or something. Corbin, make a Simpson? Oh man. Dude, especially since you donated, I want to, but this is too wide. A Simpson, I would waste the bottom material. So a Simpson would be better for more of a streamlined point like I was working yesterday. And since I have so much width, this is actually thinner than this. I want to try to utilize that, but maybe my next one can be a Simpson. How about that? What kind of point style are we looking at here? And thanks for that, Corbin. That's very kind of you. It's online. Oh, yeah. What's going on? I don't know, fish die. As it is, huh? Let me think here. Again, levy points are cool. But it's basically a clay point. But I feel like a clay point would be much for this size. It's our first ambulance. Ambulance. Pickwick is always on the table, but I feel like that'd be kind of a waste. Just don't enjoy doing notching. But I'd have to do notching anyways. What if I just do some kind of levy point? I think that one will be fine. You know, levy points are all right. They aren't too bad. Oh, I don't like this. Where's Mike when you need him? Is Mike in the chat yet? I need Mike. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with a levy. Fool with this thing. Let me just get the one that he sent, because I'm tired of fooling with it. I'm sorry. This is the one that looks the coolest to me. So that's the one I'm gonna use right here. Right there. That is the one I'm gonna use, I think. Let me extend this pressure flaker out. And we'll get it going. I don't even know how to hold this. I guess like this. Or is it like this? Like this, I don't get enough. This, I think I do get enough width that I'm looking for. In fact, how am I using this when I can just mess around with my copper one? There we are. Actually, I'm so used to the thick one. Let me get that one out here. He sent a couple. Where's my other one at? There it is. This one looks like what I'd use more often. Well, thicker version though. Let's see about it here. Oh yeah. Okay. Yep. I think this is the one for me. I think it's the one for me. It's fairly tall. I got to get used to that, but this stuff will weather down anyways. Oh yeah, this is working good. we are making arrowheads. All right, now time to move a little bit more Finesse and go with the steel. I actually do like this steel plate in here because my steel will naturally just, flake right up against it. And in my other ones, the other one's fairly new still, but that inner area can get burnt. So that's a really cool thing I wouldn't have thought of. Yeah, I mean, every time my metal is striking up against that metal there, and I'd rather have that than it just hitting normal rubber. And it kind of deformed the rubber over time. So neat little thinking there. And these don't do anything too crazy. They usually stay rather close. They don't go up too far, in other words. They just kind of get to the height they need to go to, and that's about it. And they just widen out. I've seen some that are different, but I think these look a little better. Let me start on the other side before I get going too awful far. Let's see, Mountain Dew here. Go to my copper again and figure out where I want this one to be. It's important that when you're supporting this, you aren't pressing down on this edge. That's just one thing to note. What's up, Ed? Yeah, I really like that steel bottom. It's a nice little addition. Okay. Doing pretty solid here. Maybe a braid for good measure. All right, time for a little more finesse work so we get our steel back out. Mr. Bassett, Mountain Dew break, sponsored by my boy Bassett. All right. Diet Mountain Dew. Good little swig. Thank you for that little ad break there, Bassett. Oh, much needed. Much needed. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Whew. I took a break so long and Marshall thought it was time to go. Ew, what you mean, ew? All right, let's get back to it. We gotta finish this joker. Thanks for the break. That was nice. All right. So far, I really like this. I know he's not on here, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. This pad that he makes, he made a half moon, he made a long one. I've always liked this size. He made it kind of trapezoid shaped and, you know, nice backing on it. Rather thick. I like it. Now, I'm gonna also keep it honest too. I like pretty much everything about it. I like the rounded edges there. They're not sharp. But out of the box, Tommy probably experienced this too. You know, they happen to smell like a little bit of cigarette smoke. But, you know, after I, you know, throw some Dawn detergent or, you know, some Febreze on there, I actually like this better than any one I've tried so far. So for that being said, I don't know the price per se on what this is and goes for, but so far I like it. Now it's already got a little bit of wear here, but on all my boppers they have wear there because that's where I'm putting my pressure there. So that's just how it goes, how it bees. Also from the steel hitting, this is deepened. This side here you can see. But I imagine it'll flatten out and won't be too bad. I don't know. I'm imagining the steel. Actually, he did send some steel replacements here, which is pretty cool. So I'll keep that in mind as well. The only issue that might come about is that steel impressing might get into the seam and open it up a little later. The rubber itself seems more substantial than some other rubbers. The rubber I was working on, which is where? Where did I throw it? Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. I threw it somewhere. And I don't know where it's at. Is it over here or over there? It's over somewhere. And I genuinely do not know. I have no idea where I put it. It's somewhere. Y'all see it? I might be blind here. Where did I throw that rascal? Oh, I put it back in here. Yeah, see this old one, well, it's not very old. You know, I round the edges out pretty soon, and I just started diving in. This seemed to be a little bit lower quality than this one, in my opinion. And obviously the wood back is just kind of whatever. I like this one better. This one's a bit thicker, got to get used to that. But it's a little shorter, same width, and I love the rounded. I like the round better than the square. Flintnapping this is from Mike Tufts. But we'll have a cigarette smoke smell when you get it out of the pack, just letting you know. So if you got allergies really bad, you know, just something to know. Other than that, I really like it. Tommy Taylor, has that been your experience so far? It was Tommy Taylor who got it, right? Would you agree with what I said? Would you add anything? Would you say something different on the pads, if you got a pad? Or did you just get a bopper? But if you got a bopper, did it smell is my question. Again, not a big deal. That smell will go away. Arrowhead. How much for a point or one of these? The answer to both is I don't know. It depends. I make the arrowheads, but I don't make the tools for them. You were the one pad he sent me to. I didn't notice. All right, I got you. Go in there and smell it if you get a chance, and come back and tell me what you think. You don't have to. I feel like I'm bossing you around. I like the boppers too, by the way. I'll talk about them later. But you know, I basically got this in my face when I'm napping, so it's something. Is there a place to get tools like this? I got mine from a guy named Mike Tufts, Tufts, tongue twister. I also buy my boppers from Richard White, and the boppers that I'm most comfortable with are from Flintnapping. So if you missed what I said, you can just backtrack the live stream and check it out. But those are who I generally go to. Slight smoke smell? Yeah, it wasn't like overwhelming. But if you put it up to your nose, you can smell it a little bit. Yeah, just something to note. Nothing crazy. I'm sensitive to smells, so that's, you know, just something I had to keep in mind personally. But anyways, I like it. It's pretty sweet. Yeah, no problem. Double tap the screen. You tell them, Chief. I keep shifting to that side. I don't know why. I'm trying to try this side out. But yeah, so far I definitely recommend the pressure flaker. For sure. For sure. Anyways, what y'all been up to today? Anything too crazy? Anybody go fishing today? I think the reason I keep going to this one is because I naturally switch it when I lay it down. It must be something I just didn't recognize that I did. Yeah, I don't know. Where's my other one again? Here. Yeah, I guess I do the same amount on both sides, just about. Huh. We doing a citrus? Ooh, good guess, actually. I could see where you think that. This has a citrusy. Actually, you know what? Dad Burns citrus would look cool. Huh. You know, I kind of got. Well, thank you for mentioning it. I think I'm gonna switch my doings up. I actually think I will. Which means I need to make this more rounded. But thank you for that suggestion. That I was wondering what I was missing. Is there anything like what could I do to make it look a little better? And that's it right there. Citrus. I need to shift this over. Yeah, thank you for that, man. That's a great. Here I am back to the skinny side. In fact, y'all need to tell me what I'm doing with this to make it switch every time I do it. I bet you it's the way I lay it down. Y'all just pay attention to it and let me know. I'm gonna try to forget like I know what I'm doing here. Oh, big side again, okay. Yeah, big old citrus. Man, yeah, that's a great suggestion. Fantastic suggestion. Don't know why I didn't think of it kind of suggestion. Thanks, mister. I thought it said turtle, but it says turd. No. Hey, I take suggestions when they're good. I knew it looked like something, and I'm thinking either a levy or a Seminole. And I was like, no. Now I could still make a levee. Don't get me wrong. I could easily make a levee. No problema. But a citrus, yeah, I like the citrus idea. Keeps it minimal. You don't have to do a lot of symmetry adjustments. This could also be described as a Culbreth point. I don't know if any of you have seen a Culbreth point, but you can look it up. All right, now I'm on the small side. See, y'all got to tell me what I did there. If you look up a Culbreth point, that's about what this looks like too. Yeah, they're very similar. Don't want to go too high. I already went a tad bit too wide. But honestly, on a point this long, the wider it's fine. Small side again. Ooh, smack me in the glasses. Yeah, Culbreth or a citrus is what this looks most like. I could still go for a levee, but it'd be a lot more work and effort, and couldn't promise it'd be as nice as this. That's looking about right. Yep. Now I just got to do the pressure flaking, and this big old thin citrus will be done. Yeah, great suggestion, man. Hoosier, are you there in the background? Who we got who's wanting a point tonight? Is Tommy A there? I know Tommy T's here. Is Marty here? I mean, who we got on here? Who we got on here? Is the big question of the day. Either way, I think I'm gonna still do a what it's worth price and then just work my way down. Or up, depending on if multiple people want it. Alrighty. Sharpen this a tad bit. There we go. Haven't seen any of them tonight, man. Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, Tommy, that's good news for you and for other people, but what I'll do is I'll just name a price tonight, And if that works for y'all, then fine. And if it doesn't, I'll wait till tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll begin to lower the price. I think that's fair to everybody. Or tomorrow I'll offer it again for the same price. If nobody wanted it tonight. And we'll go from there. Because tomorrow it could go higher or lower. You never know. You just never know. One thing I'm getting used to is there's a huge void in here. Not used to it, gotta get used to. Not used to it at all. Marshall, it's okay, bro. Yeah, there's folks out there being ignorant, I know. Oh, I forgot to do the, oh man. It'll look like a crafty point now. Oh man. I say that because he often has these ridges. You know, every person's work looks a little distinguished. And I forgot to do my pressing in on that whole face. Man. Still looks fine from the top, but let me at least do it from this side here. I say that because that's his style, you know. I'm not the, this is not what I do. Let's see. I like to get every last little mountain off here. Tommy Anderson, about time somebody normal joined other than Tommy and Corbin. And Mike. What's going on? All right, you see how on this side things are fairly rounded all over the edge? This edge, you got different hills to run. That's, oftentimes his work includes those and kind of a unique portion of his work, and mine is the opposite. So that's why I showed it. Mike Tufts, dude, you're finally here, man. We've been asking for you all video. Dude, welcome. Been using your oval backed one. I really like it. I was telling everybody about it. All right. Whew, we did it. Okay. At least now you know you're buying my point and not Crafties or anybody else, although I love their style. I just forgot to put my twist on it. Let's see. Yeah, nearly done. Nearly done. Let's see. All right, hey, I'll tell you. I was actually sharing a little earlier. So I'll give you a quick rundown, then we'll finish this point. So this is the old one that I bought from Flintnapping It's not very old, a couple months old. Back just obviously came off, need to reglue it. This stuff, the rubber, I don't know if it's the same, but your rubber seems a little bit heftier, a little bit better. This seems a little bit grittier. This seems a little bit more solid, so that's good. I like the round. I like it a lot better. I like the rounder edges. I like that a lot. Smaller profile, but still the same thickness. That's why I gravitated towards this one. I thought I'd like the Half Moon a little better. I actually really do. I still like it better than this one, but this one's the closest for me. So you knock that out of the park. I would have never thought of the metal insert, but I found myself going metal to metal 100,000 times. Obviously, there's going to begin to be indents in it. So yeah, I noticed you put some extras in there just in case anything goes crazy, but eventually those will flatten out to where they need to be anyways. My top portions are generally a little bit, I usually don't have as big of a gap. So I'm getting used to that. Striking here and then pressing all the way down that whole gap. I'm getting used to that. I'd be curious about, half. But I want to try this out fully and make sure I like it the most as well. Yeah, I like the round. Again, it's just a hair taller than I'm used to. That's the only thing. And I may end up liking it better. Actually, I actually really prefer it, I think. I use both sides, so here and here, and I randomly switch. And these are carved out anyways, which, there's no metal in this one, and it's fairly small, so you get this kind of rounding out. Obviously, when I'm pressing, it's going to have some kickback on the edges, so these are going to gouge out eventually anyways. So I'm curious how that'll work. So far, I like it. And anyways, I like this one the best so far. I like it the best so far. So we'll see how it ends up going. The pad itself is the best one I've used so far. So that's good news. But I'm gonna be putting it through the Show Enough wringer, so. We'll end up getting a good feel on how it does. I know for me, I'm used to a tad bit, I mean, not even a 1/4 inch probably, smaller height. But I may end up liking this better again, I don't know. We'll just have to see. Model that's narrower slot. I have 7 models of adult hand pads and 3. Oh, no way. I'll have to check them out then. Wood come from a tobacco barn. That makes sense. Ah, I gotcha. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, that would probably be the only little criticism, is that if you have, you know, highly sensitive smells, you know, and you get headaches easily, this particular wood, I don't really even notice it, but when I'm, you know, putting my face down into it, you know, I'll get a little whiff of it, but it's not bad. And if I really felt like it was something, then I'd throw some, you know, I'd spray it with Febreze or something, but it's not bad. But I like it. Like I said, best one that I've used so far to date. And I like the boppers too. I haven't used them on stream yet, but I do like them. I haven't played with them all yet. Just I used one very briefly as I was getting started. So I'll have to go back to them in a minute. All right, now I just need to, wow, that's crazy. That looked way cooler than I was thinking it would. The more solid neoprene absorbs the shock? Probably does. I would say so. I would say so. I just ordered some neoprene for rod sleeves, throwing my rods, my fishing rods, and I've never really, you know, seen the different hardnesses of them, but this is definitely much more stiff, and I'm liking that so far. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba. All right. Now I just got to do the final pressure work and we're done. I know throughout the video I'm like, yeah, we're close to being done. We're close to being, well, now we're actually getting to where we're close to being done. And this may be more of a Colbreth. I may actually call it a Colbreth. I don't know how familiar y'all are with the types, but this is either an absolute monster citrus, a really odd base first stage levy, or a Colbreth. And I can't just say that I made a Colbreth either. Also a Florida type, Alabama type, Georgia type. More common than you think. But I'll pull out a book and show y'all what I'm talking about here in a little bit. Then I'll fool around with Tufts boppers and then we'll head on home. Oh, and I'll attempt to sell this. That's a part of the system tonight as well, I guess. My buddy Lewis found an insane Colbreth, not in a field, but in some dude's house when he was working at Terminex. And he took a photo of it. It was so insane. It was one of the coolest points I've ever seen. Well, that might be a little stretch, but it was pretty doggone cool. Humongous Colbreth. I wouldn't say wider than this point, but it was a little longer probably. Alright, so that side's done. Just got to do the other. Sharpen this up a tad. And Plebius, I'm giving myself another break, okay? Hopefully that's okay. I think yours counted enough for me to have another one. All right. Man, 94 minutes, goodness. And we started this one yesterday. It's been a bigger project than I thought. Man, my hands are tired. A lot of Noonans and Marion types in my area, Northeast Florida. Oh, I bet you there are. I love the Marion type. One of my favorite points I've made is a Marion. Don't you Florida boys got to be careful collecting points. I'm in Alabama, so also I don't collect anymore. But I know they're starting to hound down just about anywhere you are these days in the Deep South. They're going to find a way. Even on public land, like public hunting land, there's so many cameras out there. They see you picking anything up off the ground, they're going to get you. I mean, it used to be so much cooler back in the day. You can go anywhere, dive anywhere. The restrictions aren't crazy, but now restrictions are crazy. You'll have enforcement folks show up at certain arrowhead shows to, vet people. I've seen some people be taken to jail. Not personally, but heard of them. And my thoughts on it are, I love arrowhead collecting. I love hunting them. I love finding them. You know, a part of me wants to support the arrowhead, collectors in pretty much every instance. But I also recognize, that there are people who want to keep the land safe and preserve it and have nobody take anything off of it. The pushback would be, well, you're developing on all this Indian land, and so you're ruining the culture. You're building, houses, hundreds of millions of houses, literally, on top of Indian land, burying all the good history, pottery, points, material, topography. So there's ammunition both ways. At the end of the day, if you have private land, hunt them up, man. You're allowed to, and it's fun, and you can do so legally. Now, depending on the state, I don't know all the rules, but you're allowed to dive and have your little dive flag up there. You got to have a dive flag and a couple other rules. You might have to have a diving license, I'm not sure. But they'll catch you. You can say like, oh, I'm just hunting for old Coke bottles, but you better be careful. That's all I'll say. To me, it's not worth it anymore, right? I'd rather just make them. I find more enjoyment with making them. Personally, I'm not a huge fan of the artifact community anymore. It's a double-edged sword, but there it's all about money. And whenever you pull up to shows and you see people's collections, you say, "Did you find that?" 90% of the time, it's no, I bought it. And you kind of look up to the guys who have it all, and to the guys who find hundreds of thousands of Bobo points. Nobody really cares about them, and I kind of feel bad about that. And also it's a pay to win model, right? So like, you pay to get the best points, and that's cool, right? But then again, I have owned a point from somebody before and sold it back when I did it 4 years ago. And I saw that point last year. They didn't know who it was from. They said it was from Florida when it was from Georgia. They said it was a different material than what it was. And I'm thinking in my mind, you lose the history, you lose everything from it, and it's just a money game. What is that worth? What's it worth? What's it worth? And so then when people get mad about, oh, well, I can't go hunting it. Well, it's all a money game anyway. Cool. You find it, whatever, you keep it, whatever. But for the people who do it for the love of hunting and keeping them, man, I respect you. For those who sell it, I respect them too. But I also have to keep in the back of my mind that often when I'm coming to these shows, it's about money, what you got, and how much money can I make at this show is, it's just, I don't know. I don't like the dynamic there. And when I go to the Flintnapping shows, it's all about how can I help? How can I grow? How can I do? Can I have some free material? Yeah, absolutely, you can have some free material. And it's just an awesome community of folks. And you get to share the work. There's more arrowheads to look at, so to speak, different materials. And I don't know, there's my little vent. It can go both ways, like I said. You could say the same thing about me, but oh shoot, that's thinner than I thought. This is a dandy. This is a show enough dandy. Oh yeah. And it's got some translucence too. Yeah. Big old wide mammer jammer. Still regret it? Yeah. I do not go to Flint Ridge in Ohio. It's a little long for me, so I'm just not always able to do it. Anyways, there's my vent All right, guys. I got to name me a price on this thing. It's got polyps galore that you can visibly see all throughout, even up here, even along the edges. Got polyps all around here. It's a big point. It's thin. It's flat. No major hinges across the piece. The length and transparency. Not like ultra translucent, but definitely translucent for sure. But not like the ultra, you know. But it's thin enough where it's got translucence, right? So a big blade. Thin blade. I'm going Colbreth on this one. You know, you know chatters in coral when you see it. How did you know? I actually heated it up a little bit more, Dustin. Funny enough. You like the white tang tip? Oh yeah, there is some coral still on, or some white cortex still on there. I think this is better made than, a little better made than the one yesterday. I don't think it's a $100 point. I don't think it's a $200 point. I don't think it's crazy. I don't think it's a $150 point. How about a one? Let me just look at it. Let me just. I'm thinking 130. You be sitting at 70? Hey, well maybe I'm overshooting it. But I would sell it today, tonight at 130. And 195 would be a deal. Sold. Scott, you got a PayPal? Scott, you got a PayPal? All right. I tell you what, if you send 130 to, where's my little sheet here? I got me a little sheet, a little cheat sheet. Where's my little cheat sheet? Oh, goodness here. Where are we at? Where are we at? Did I leave it inside? I bet you I left it inside. Am I able to type in the comments here? How many? All right, I put a question thing in the chat. I don't know if you can see that, Scott, but that's my PayPal email. So if you send 130, was it 135 or 130? I can't remember. It was one of those. To that PayPal, then I'll go ahead and ship it to you. How about that? Um, 10 minutes. All right. I tell you what, can you make it 5 minutes? Because I'm gonna try to wrap the stream up, Scott. Because if the payment doesn't go through, I want to give other people opportunities too. Usually I like to do these things quick, but I'll give you 5 minutes. All right. So when it reaches 9:15, I'm on Eastern time. That'll give you 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes to see if it'll go through. If not, I'll have to go to somebody else or wait till tomorrow. But yeah, capital B, AS38ALL. There you go. Ed Gould. Ed, were you wanting to get in on a bid too? Say yes or no. You better do it while you can. If so, you can be a backup to him. I gotta put my jacket back on. I see you hiding, Ned. Nope. All right. Hey, no problem. All right. We'll give him another 5 minutes here. All right. In the meantime, Mike Tufts, you still here? Antique cherry. All right. Let's check these things out here. Now, Mike, I saw this one and I thought, man, I about just want to put this on a desk somewhere and just look at it. I mean, it's that cool. Is the idea here to, oh, I may actually like this. It's thinner. To carve out your own by pressing into it? Is that the idea? I like that idea actually, but just say yes or no. If it's not, if it's not, tell me the idea because I really like that. I've also been asking for these for a long time, trying to figure these out here. It was one thing that I tell you what, Mike, I'm just going to let you know. I used to keep this a secret for a long time, but I said it eventually. Sharpening and notching. Oh, that's smart right there. Is I have always wanted interchangeable headlock. I've always wanted it. I've always thought that would be cool. But these wouldn't be critiques. These are things that you can dwell on, Mike. How about that? So I like the idea you could put it anywhere you want to. I think, let me shift this up. I think the idea is to have the butt at the back like your other ones. Can I shift it up? Shift it right there. And I actually like that. It's interchangeable. You can just get new ones if you want to. I like that. I had once had the idea of doing this exactly. 2 years ago, I called my buddy Lewis. I said, I got the craziest idea ever. And my craziest idea ever was to have a handle like a revolver pistol, with a little bit of a trigger that extends out a little more here. The problem with that is if you had a bopper, that came out like a trigger, the problem is this here, you'd be banging on one part of the copper, but with this you kind of solve it. You can twist it and cinch it down, twist it and cinch it down. I had thought of like a gear idea where you could just click, 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 and then put it in place somehow. But this actually kind of solves that, which is kind of funny enough. Solves it completely. But I like the idea of a trigger. I just thought, I wonder what that would feel like to have a literal pistol handle in your hand, and then, to counter off the problem you would have here, you just twist, right? I thought of a couple other things. Now I'm trying to remember. Something with the handle. I can't remember the handle type. I can't remember. Oh, I wanted some walnut with like a the butt of it to be that epoxy or something, like super clear epoxy. That's just like, if I had an option. No way! His payment came through. There's no way. Scott Hall. He's a new. All right, so Scott, I'm gonna ship that to you. And if you didn't get my email, It's gulfcoastknapping@gmail.com. So the same thing as the channel, Gulf Coast Knapping. I'm going to delete this. gulfcoastknapping@gmail.com. I can't go to the payment and look to see if you sent your address, but yeah, just send your address over and I'll ship that one out. Dude, thank you. So you're a new buyer, man. That's awesome. I'll have to, maybe I can throw something extra in there. It's already a pretty big package, but man, Scott, what an awesome buy. That's a really killer one, and pretty thin, huge coral. You get to see the actual polyps in it. It's fairly translucent. That's a great buy, man. Are you a send a few things I can nap on? In the same package, it'd be hard to send a lot, but I can send a few flakes if you want me to. Say 2 or 3 flakes if you'd like, and throw those in. Absolutely. Yeah, first time buyer, you deserve a little bit. So, all right, thank you. So these have the Allen screw ends. I like the idea that it's all the way through. And that's not all, as the dude says on the internet. Anyways, I have more ideas on this mic. But I love what you've done so far, because that's one thing I was curious about, especially if you have a fixed handle that's, say, curved like the trigger. How would you go about twisting it and locking it? Handles you can insert your... Oh, no way. Oh, that's so cool. Cheap, the 4-inch clay while back. That was, yeah. Ed, I still wish I had that one. And there were, it's funny enough, I think I've told you this, but there were, goodness, I know there were at least 4 people who said, please tell me you didn't sell that one yet, and please tell me you're selling it or whatever. And I said, no, Ed Gold got it from me. So I wish I had that one. The translucency, the itty bitty little polyps, man, I tell you. Yeah, maybe prices have gone down a little bit, but I will say that clay was one of my best clays, alongside of the one I made like a day or 2 ago. Man, yeah. So you're right, Ed. You're right, Ed. Hey, if you don't want that clay, I'd probably buy it back for that price, Ed. but that either way, I don't care. That's pretty cool. But there's also other inserts. Now, Mike, tell me what this is here. Is this some kind of aluminum? All right, Tommy, sounds good. We'll get you rolling out here. Oh man, I can't have it back, Ed. Ah, crud. Well, had to come to your house and steal it, I guess, Ed. Oh man, I missed a donation. Whoa, Tommy Anderson, $5. Dude, thank you, man. That is very kind. Oh man, so you donated, Tommy Anderson, Corbin donated, and Bassett, Plebius donated. Man, thank you guys. And Scott the Welder, I'm gonna have to remember that name. Scott the Welder is the one who bought tonight. All right. Man, that's awesome. Awesome. Yeah, so Mike, tell me about this insert here. Obviously, you can go all the way through for your, well, I think it's pretty neat. You can cinch it down even there if you wanted to for extra cinching. Aluminum rod. Interesting. Oh, I saw the message was retracted. Maybe you messed something up or something. That's pretty neat. I don't think I've ever used anything quite like this. I know it's not cinched down, but come on, give me a flake or something. You said this was extra or something? Oh, you said for pressure flaking, you use the, okay. Or notching or something. You said notching for sure. Unloaded my first batch of coral out of my kiln and not one thing cracked and all. a couple pieces of your album coaster that Ryan gave me that seemed to have come. No way, dude. That's sweet, man. That is sweet. What am I doing? There we go. Ah, so it's long. So like the shape. Oh, I get the idea now. So if you have like, whoopsies. If you have a longer piece, you get a longer support. Oh, I'm getting it now. Okay. And of course, I don't have it cinched down, so I can't do diddly squat. Man, that's cool right there as it is. But Johnny boy, I'm actually nearing the finish of your box, believe it or not. It's going to have to be a lot of like smaller, medium stuff, but I think you'll like it. Obviously, a big copper one is going to be sweet. Can you put your indirect rod through there? And the handle may help if you hold it under your knee. Now, hold on a second. Hold on a second. Forgive me, I'm trying to figure this out. Trying to figure out what you're saying here. All right. So you're saying to take this here and let me just go through your box here really quick. I'm gonna have to, I actually started using this one. This is not yours. You got some extra inserts here. You got a couple of the half moons. And now I know what the slitted one is. And honestly, these baggies are, I'm gonna keep some of these baggies. These baggies are nice, man. Open all these up. Oh, that's a big boy. And huge thank you to you. Again, still, by the end of this week, by tomorrow, hopefully, I should be able to finish those boxes up for everybody. Should. Oh, you got something down here. Let me see. Oh, no way. You're like Flintnapping in Airhead. Is it, you're late, Hoosier? Yeah, you're late. You missed a doggone stud of a point, too. Oh, it's a file. Man, I've been needing a new one. I've had that other one for like 5 years. Oh, man, that looks really, like, high quality, too. Maybe I don't know quality in this stuff, but it looks pretty sweet. It's got way more grain on it than mine does right now. Goodness gracious. This is from Mike Tufts. Mike Tufts. I can use that as packaging later. All right, okay. All right, so you're saying take this and the indirect. You're talking about these things here? Or are you talking about another stick? You talking about like that, there? Then just shoveling it there? Maybe I've seen something like that before, and then striking that as an indirect. Is that what you're sharing? Rods, if you have a larger one, you can use it to, okay. Okay. Now, when you shove this into here, is this something that you lay right there and then tap? Something you put under your leg? Or am I completely missing what I need to be doing? Oh, the shorter rods are for pressure flaking. Okay. Wait, is there a different one? No, I think I got it right. All right, so these ones are for pressure flaking. You can use a hammer. How about that? Oh, yeah, okay. And then these, you take probably a smaller Allen. Yeah, smaller Allen. And these slide up and down. Okay. And that just fits there. and then you could cinch it down. Okay, so pressure flaking like this, but probably this side so you have the butt there. Oh, I like that. Cinch you a longer indirect rod. Oh, let me look. Let me look, let me look, let me look, let me look. Let me look, let me look. Do 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 Oops, oh, I'm sorry, Marshall, you got in my way, buddy. I didn't mean to get you, to clip you. It's a multi-tool that you can take with you. Oh, no way. I don't think I got that one, and that's okay. I don't need that at all, whatsoever. But I'm actually intrigued, so I may just end up buying it from you. But no, I don't think that one came in. But I could see how that would be like super cool to have. Yeah, do you have a website, Mike? Well, I think you have an Etsy, right? Is that right? You have an Etsy? Yeah, I think that's right. Anyways, no, I don't think that one came in, so I might just buy that one from you. You'll have to tell me how much it is and give me your PayPal or something. Alrighty, let me try some of these boppers really quick, and then I'm gonna head out. Okay. It's just kind of a piece of coral from Mr. John. Has a hole in it. It's one of those iffy ones, but probably gonna work okay if I get around the hole. Cause it's nice and slick, John. Hand pads. Do not have a website. Bits are for the pressure flaking. Yeah, that's ultra high molecular weight plastic. No way. Dude, it feels pretty friggin' sweet. It feels pretty sweet. Oh, dude, no problem, no problem. Man, and quite a few handles too. I was curious because, you know, usually I think, oh, I don't like weighted boppers, but technically these are weighted. I mean, these have a weight to them. I'm actually curious. Hold on. Funny enough, your copper caps are shorter. However, I think that's better because I don't use the side anyways, as you can tell, probably ever, unless I dropped it. I only use the tip, and I've been trying to get it flat as possible, but this one, when I strike it, it's already flatter. So I may actually like this one a little better. Weight-wise, let me see. I think yours is a little heavier, probably because of the wood is part of that, possibly, but probably a little bit more weight or a different weight in there. I like the feel of them. I think the weight is pretty good for me. This one I'm using it as a banger. I need it to be a shooter. I want these two to be my shooters. This one to be, actually I want this to be my shooter. I like the way it feels back here to shoot. Actually, all these can be my shooters, the way they're feeling here. The exception of this one. This one may be my show enough meat rocket. All right, I'm missing some comments here. Let me look back. Make your handles, sorry. Need some of this stuff. Everything except for the nails and the copper bits. Oh, and Hoosier, I'm gonna try Richard's later. It's not a competition, but I'll get his stuff later on. I like these one really good so far. Yes, I make everything except for the nails and the copper bits. Wow, that's awesome. Wood turn machine, bit holders, turn the, that's cool. Sizes are gonna be heavier for you and my poppers around. 2 to 3 ounces heavier, okay. Until I might test popper when I see one of videos on what's okay. Stone is coral from John. Man, you're a complex person. Possibly. Oh yeah, that just wallops it off. I like these. I like the design of them. I like it a lot. Only thing that maybe I would do, Mike, is a little finer grit sandpaper. But you can also make the argument that because it's not the smoothest thing in the world, you get better grip, right? So I feel like I get a better grip on this than something that's epoxied or something even like this. I feel like I do get a better grip, but that'd be a suggestion. Curious how that would feel. I may actually sand it on one of these just to see how it feels, see if I like it better. And this one, my strikes are going to be all over the place because this will probably be my whammer. This is not going to be a shooter like the other ones. The other ones have a smaller diameter but a larger weight, and so they're going to be better for shooting. This is going to be better for my all-around I got to get rid of this hole. Just beating along the whole side here. Wide open. Okay. Let's get rid of this hole in here. It definitely feels natural. It doesn't feel, again, trying to get around the hole here. It doesn't feel like a foreign bopper to me. And that's one thing that I was really curious about is, how foreign is it going to feel? Is it going to feel like way off? But so far, I actually really like it. This is a good job shooting it as well. I haven't misstriked or done anything I didn't mean to do yet. I'm hitting all the platforms as I would hope to hit them. Yeah, I like this bopper. That's the larger size. A little smaller size is going to be more of a shooter for me to demonstrate. Shot all the way across. So I'll mostly be using that surface area on this bopper probably. Oh, is Marty here? Man, Marty, you missed out. Everybody missed out. Everybody missed out. Because we got a new buyer on the channel. We got a new buyer. And he bought this humongous Colbreth point out of coral. With visible polyps. And he got it for $130 and beat out every last one of you. So, ha 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 ha. It's what you get for missing out. I think his name was Scott, right? Scott got a really good buy. I think that was his name, Scott. Hope I got the lead hard enough for you to actually make harder than. Lay that down here. Scott the welder, that's right. Oh yeah, that was a great buy by him. So far, I'm liking it. I like the length. I like the butt in the back. Thanks, guys. Show the pup. He may still look like a pup, but he's getting older. He's over 2 years old now. All right, this will put the shooter to the test here. And I did exactly what I was looking for. These heavy hits. Usually my boppers last me around 6 months until they're utterly unusable. So I will give these a shot. I like them though. And even if they go below 6 months time, they may be worth having even cause, or even still. I'm striking a little lower, which isn't a bad thing, but that might just be because of this piece I'm working on. So far, I haven't missed anything though. This may gouge the whole thing out. Actually, I'm surprised. This doesn't feel as yeah, there we go. There we go. I like them. I think they're nice. At this stage, again, we're like biface, so I would still use this bigger bopper to just straight up gouge something out. Same thing here. I'm liking this one more and more. Of course, I like big boppers for percussion work. Who doesn't? But able to get them very thin. Boppers work great, Mr. Tufts. Mike, is there a southern way to say your name? Because I hate having to add the extra pronunciation. Like Tufts. Can I say Tufts? Tufts. Tufts is a tongue twister for me. Tuts. Can I say tuts? Would that hurt your feelings? Tufts. Tuts. Tuts. Tufts. Mike Tufts. I just want to say Mike Tufts. That's what I want to say. Mike Tufts. I feel like that's a good you say Tufts. Tough. I'm going to take the T out. Tufts. Tufts. So I'm just going to roll the T out of there. How about that? Make it silent. That's better for me to say. Yeah, I like these a lot. Yeah. And John Harris with the really nice material as always. As always, can't go wrong with him. Red Eye Patriot, dude, it's about time. Where you been, man? Dude, you've just been hiding. We got all these new boppers coming in. All these new pressure flakers. All these itty bitty little boppers too. Man, you just been missing out. You just been missing out. And I had enough force to catch that thicker area. Okay, that's what I was looking for. This one should be interesting. I'll have to figure out which bopper fits which scenario best for me. Oh yeah. Okay. All those are working well so far. I like them. I like them. Well, Mike, I think you've done a good job, brother. I think you've done a good job. I'm excited about this one. A part of me wants to buy one of these just as like a, you know, lay a point on as a display. Because that, I mean, that's beautiful right there. That's beautiful. I do want to buy a, well, I just don't use the issue stick very often, honestly. Mike, I may. What length is yours? By the way, this is one of my first boppers I ever used. This is 5 years old, probably. How long is yours? I've got, this is one that's 6 years old, and it broke, so I eventually just shoved it in there. This is one that still squeaks a little bit. I like it. I mean, it's all right. I like it. I guess the bit is fine for direct. That makes me feel good coming from you. If I had that bit sharpened down, I bet you I'd use it more often. I do like copper for issue sticks because I'm trying to get a thicker bite anyways on the piece. This is the only indirect stick I've bought. I just haven't used it very often. But this would be similar and likened unto what you sent or what you would have anyways. All those yours would be better, in my opinion, than this. The bits may actually be the same. Hate sharpening these things though, but they aren't bad. If there was something to like, I mean, there's got to be a better way than just putting it under your leg and letting this whole thing just do its thing. There's got to be one that's made where it's like this kind of, but you can put your leg under it and it'd be thick on either side, but the middle, you know, still be strong where it's not, and it not be this long for indirect. So you can shove it under and it be bulbous on either side, and that way it holds better. Or in the middle to put like some leather or some adhesive or something tacky. I mean, something, you know, some rubber. Honestly, just some rubber there in the middle. I've often thought like have it there because this thing slides. Unless you're wearing jeans, this thing slides. Now you can put it up here and it'd be fine. You got to wrap a belt around it and then cinch it down. You got to have a pad on your leg so that it's extra. I just don't think that I've seen anybody do a great job with an indirect stick, which is why I hate it. And I feel like, I don't hate it, and I feel like I can do everything I need to with percussion anyways. But I think having it on top of your leg is better. You can see what's going on. Down here, it's further, you got to hunch your lower back over like crazy. I think something here, something that's kind of the bowling pin shaped, you know, where it's kind of rounded slightly. And maybe even it looks like a bridge. I know they make, you know, those ones you could tap and it's copper. I know they make those. That's fine. I don't really like them, although I never really had one. But if they made a wooden one with a copper bit on the end or something that's easier to shave down, they got to make something easier to shave down, although you did give me a really nice file, so that may be better too. But to have like a little wooden bridge, and this just lays on top of it like one of them Roman waterworks. What are they called? Aqueducts. You just lay it on top of the aqueduct and then have like some rubber so you can, I don't know the best way to do it. I have zero clue, but I've never liked indirect percussion because there's no easy way. There's not an indention in my leg to shove this thing down in there too, you know? Bungee cord around the leg. Oh, I've tried it all. You can go back to my first ever video and see I was using it. I believe I did in the first video. And it's not bad, But maybe you can use this, but put like some huge indentions in it, here and here, for a belt. And that way it's actually secure and the belt doesn't slide. You know, like if you cut a fat indention in there the size of a belt, and a fat indention here the size of a belt, and you wrap a belt around like I've done in plenty of times in past videos, that would be better. But still there's going to be the sliding here. So there needs to be some kind of, like if I'm striking here, eventually this thing's naturally going to ride up my leg. That's just how it goes. Especially for me being a taller guy, you know, my leg can be further down, be further up, but it just keeps pushing off, even if we had indentions here for the indirect stick. So there would need to be some kind of blockade. So I'll think on it. I'll keep you go under your right leg, rest it on my left leg. See, the thing is, I could do that, but the problem is for me is, number one, this shifts, and so it's diagonal. If it was straight across, my leg could cinch it a little better. And actually, the natural inclination, if I just put it there, is downward. It's shifting downward. There's Marshall. And so when I shift it up, it releases from 1.5 inches of my leg there, and I just don't have the kind of support. Now I can see it here. I could see that working. I don't want to use this bopper though, but I could see that working a little better. But I like mine free floating. Yeah, I want it, you know, free floating. You know, stiff, but free floating. I know people who lay it just like this and use it like that. But I want it, I don't know. I'm very particular about it, I guess. And that's why I've never liked it or used it. Plus, I got to unstrap the whole rig so that I can then take this out, shift it, and grind it more. Because the copper bit, you have to grind all the time. I've just never found a great way to do it. And so, anyways, I'll keep looking around. Yeah, step stool, I could, but, you know, put a rock under there and just stay on. I don't know. I still like it free floating. I'm not a big fan of it laying anywhere. I kind of want it out in the open, which is why these have always been too long for me. And, you know, I like working, you know me, when I'm working an arrowhead, I'm working it here, or I'm working it right here. You know, I'm never working it way over here, ever. And this, I'm twisting my body, and it just feels ultra unnatural. I want it here or here. And here is perfect for me. I can see exactly what I'm doing. It's free floating. And anyways, that's how you do it. Sweet. Rubber leg pad like I use in my head. But oh, okay. I'll look and see. I'm always open to new ideas. I just haven't found anything that works perfectly for me, at least not yet. Anyways, but I had fun. Thanks, Mike. I'm gonna be putting your stuff to use. It may take me some time to, you know, make the transition, and I may use a collection of every bopper, but still, nonetheless, I like them. All right, we're gonna end it there. Thanks, Scott, for buying the point. Thanks for everybody who donated. Corbin donated, Tommy Anderson donated, and Plebius donated. Y'all are awesome. Thanks so much. Mike sent these boppers, and I need to send him 2 boxes back in return. Again, forgive me for the time's sake, but I'm doing my best. By the way, I keep getting all these notifications on the shop app that all 10 packages that I sent out of arrowheads, you know, they're on their way. It'll be delivered tomorrow or the 5th, so Friday or Saturday. So if you have a point or 2 or 3 that's like, oh, it ain't showing up, I guess it's the holiday doings. I don't know. But I shipped them out Saturday or Friday of last week, depending on the day. And they say they'll be delivered the 4th or the 5th. Some of them are shipping to Ohio, some to California, some to Utah, Colorado. So just bear with me. I've tried it numerous ways with the legging it. Never liked any of that. Put several different sizes. So one of them. Ah, okay. All right, we'll see you, plebeius. Wraps around your leg. Certainly welcome. Great show, welcome. Yeah, welcome. Absolutely. Wrapped around your leg. Exactly, Corbin. It's on to Tennessee. Oh yeah. Didn't want to give out everybody's address, but no. Thank you guys. We're gonna head in. 611 likes, not too shabby. All right, guys. Oh, it's been way past 2 hours. I need to get to bed. All right, guys. Y'all take care.